What's going on, everybody? Man, Mike is back with a video. Back here to talk about iOS 17 Beta 6 for the developers and Public Beta 4. They actually dropped at the same time today. So those who are on the developer beta or the public beta can actually search for the software update within your settings. You see the update waiting on you. As you guys see here, got the iPhone 14 Pro, and it also dropped for the iPad OS 17 as well. Beta 6 / Public Beta 4 is out for that as well. And immediately with the iPad, I can say that promotion is working so much more fluid on that device. And one of the things that I will find out, and I'll let you know in post, is whether or not the flickering bug or this flickering situation has been rectified with this update. Something that I've noticed, and I actually don't know if it's my actual physical unit or the software. I would think it's the software. I'm hoping it is, and it just gets resolved. So I'll let you guys know about that in post. But the updates involve the same amount of improvements, bug fixes, so on and so forth, including probably continued optimizations for iPad OS 17. So there's no need for me to make a separate video for that this time around. But for the iPhone, there is. To let you guys know some of the things that have taken place, some of the things that have been found out with Beta 6 / Public Beta 4. Before we do, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so for my videos, so that way you sit back, relax, see what's cracking. Now let's get into the video, and bam! All right, and the first thing we're gonna do is go to settings, and then we're gonna go to general and about. And if we click on iOS version, you'll see we are on a C build. That means we're getting much closer to the RC build, hence even that much closer to the final stable release that may come out somewhere around September 18th, which is a Monday. And that would probably be basically the week after the iOS event in September. Also, if we backtrack some and come back here to the lock screen, right now my lock screen is on sleep mode, so I actually kind of can't show you in this right now. But if I actually go ahead, press and hold, and I switch back out to my handoff mode, which is my in-betweener, and let's say I start some music here real quick. Let's go ahead and play my driving music. Make sure this is on the, let's just do this for the sake of it. Let's just start it like that. If I come back into the lock screen and I press on the album art for what I'm playing, there's a more smooth animation there. If I click back, it jumps right back into the actual media player itself. So that's something that they tweaked with this update. I'm glad we were able to get that kind of addressed. ProMotion also on here has been running so much more smooth and effective on the iPhone. I also noticed that with the last beta update that we got on Wednesday with Beta 5 or Public Beta 3, ProMotion been working a whole lot more smoothly there as well. And if you notice, one of the widgets here, the weather widget, also has been tweaked with this update, being a much more solid in color, straight to the point, you know, in terms of the information that you're getting, with the temperature icon and a little bit of a description there. So there's been some tweaking to the weather widget with this most recent update. Spotlight also has been updated. So now when you swipe down and you want to search for something, let's say this, for the sake of argument, let's go to settings. Now you get more additional shortcuts and options that pops up for settings, including the Apple Watch. And you only really get one top hit for settings. But let's say, you know, we come down here and we want to type in, let's use home. Now, only two options pop up in the top hit, but you know, you still see a bunch of things come up, including Home Depot. So it is nice to see that Spotlight has been cleaned up some here as well, but also provides kind of useful tweaks and probably straight to the point search results. Again, let's try clock. We got my MD clock that pops up in a regular clock. You see all your clock options there, and then let's say timer. Now you can set timer, you can add alarm, and it also gives you a suggestion from the App Store. So very, very neat feature. Even for myself, I don't use Spotlight that often. I do use it in a pinch, but it's nice seeing that you get so many options and results when it comes to anything that you type in there. Something that Apple did well this time around is actually updating the examples for their display monikers or not display monikers, but their displays within the settings app. So if we come in here, we go to display and brightness, we see that now the appearance has been updated to look much more like iOS 17, including the font, which is nice. You see here in appearance for your light and dark mode, and also for display zoom, they give it to you here as well. Nice subtle change, but definitely something needed for the iPhone to give it a more modern look and not be stuck back on old iOS software versions. Also in settings, if we go to messages, they've now added the ability to essentially adjust your messages apps. So now coming in here, as we see iMessage apps, now you can toggle off stuff that you don't need. So for me, I don't need that to be in there, right? What else? I don't need GarageBand to be in there. I don't need Google Maps to be in there, or Google Photos to be in there. I don't need Paramount Plus to be in there. I don't need Pixar. I don't need Shazam. I don't think. Why not turn it off? I don't need T-Mobile, right? I don't need Twitch. I don't need those things. I may not even need Zoom, but that shows you now, instead of deleting the app entirely as before, now you can just toggle it off. That way you could keep the app. And upon going over to the Messages app, and let's just use, for the sake of arguing my grandma's conversation, if I click on the plus button, now those options go away here. So it minimizes the amount of options that you have in this section. And as you see for mine, I've reorganized mine because you can. I've showed you guys in the previous video. All you have to do is press and hold, and now you can move it. I'm gonna leave it back where it was. Click over here to the side, I'm good. The additional change that they added for the plus icon is pressing and holding it. And if you do, now it takes you straight to photos. Just like that. I wish they added haptic feedback for that, but it is nice to see that you could just jump right in here. And, oh no, you can't. All right, so, and then, you want to do that, swipe down, we're all good to go. So, good to see some adjustments there and some needed improvements and updates, tweaks to the Messages app. Phone app also received some updates. Upon opening the phone app, you see I got my guys in here. I don't know, oh no, whoops. You guys actually got to see right there very briefly. Let's see if I go to miss. No, it doesn't show that there. All right. So let's say I want to call my wife real quick. Call her. It's calling mobile. You guys see right there, the end call button has moved to the middle. It's no longer to the far bottom right. They swap sides essentially with the end call button and the keypad. So very nice adjustment to see there. And then of course, voicemail is fine. Now in the developer beta, they actually had added the ability to show your voice or your carrier voicemail up at the top. But as I see here, it's not here for us. Freeform has a new splash screen upon opening Freeform. Photos also has a new splash screen giving you additional details into what you can do, what you can access, what you can create. Right here, what's new in Photos. So if I click continue, it goes away and we're also good there. And there's one more app that received a splash screen, and that is the Health app. So again, something that I get notifications on, so I don't have to have it on my home screen. But right here, you get additional information, improve health and activity. You can develop and improve health and activity features by sharing some of your data with Apple. Any data you share does not include personal information that identifies you. You can stop sharing at any time in settings. And then it gives you examples of things that's shared. And then of course you can choose if you want to. Not me, I don't mind sharing my data. Just like that, it goes away. So those are some of the tweaks that we have seen outright with this new beta update from Apple. If we go to the feedback app, you'll see in the feedback app upon signing me in, boom, we're in. So of course, recent activities, iOS and iPad OS 17 beta 6 release notes. Click on that. And it would be nice if they also revealed that the public beta was also released. But we have way more resolved issues now. And I guess you could say resolved issues in forms of categories. But there's like almost 100 resolved issues now, with very few known issues that still need to be resolved, which lets you know that they're doing a very good job at fixing things within this beta program, and it also lets you know that we're that much closer to the stable release. So last week there was almost 100 known issues. Now it has flip-flopped, and they've addressed several issues with only a few to go. And I'm glad to see that. I'm glad that, as you guys probably see here, it doesn't seem like there's any stuttering going on as I'm just whispering through all these issues that are known and are resolved in here. It gives me a great feeling to see that everything's running very stable right now. In terms of battery life, of course, I've only been running it for a few hours, and I had it on the charger, you know, in order for it to update and then allow my phone to fully charge 100%. And as you guys can see now, throughout this update, or throughout this video rather, my phone has been at 100% still, which means so far so good on battery life. So that might give us an indication that battery life is improving. I did notice battery life improve with the last update, and I also did a few things in the background, such as evaluating my background app refreshes as well as my notifications to also improve my battery life from that perspective. Two very vital things that will help improve your battery life. Check apps that you don't use often or that you know don't need to be trying to refresh in the background. That gives you tremendous improvement in battery life and notifications. The less things getting pushed to your phone, the better in terms of cellular connectivity, which then of course seeps on battery. Just a few quick battery tips that you can use to improve drastically your battery life, just whether or not you're on the beta program or running a stable software update from Apple. Two bugs that were still existent with the last update was a keyboard bug and a notification bug. The keyboard bug is when you go into your messages app basically, and the keyboard may pop up or it may not pop up, or the field in which you're typing doesn't pop up even though the keyboard does. That was noticeable still with beta 4 or public beta 3, because I'm on a public beta, I'm getting confused. But with public beta 4 now, I mean, I haven't really done that much typing, so that's also something that I'm gonna be on the lookout for. And then the notification bug is within your lock screen. When you swipe up on notifications, it can bug out. Now for me personally, I never noticed it, but then how I swipe on my notifications is probably also why, because I don't just kind of swipe on them. I kind of slowly or gradually swipe up on my notifications. I've never really noticed an issue from that perspective, but I definitely hear other people have noticed a notification bug. So that's something also to be on the lookout for in terms of this public beta 4 or developer beta 6. Yeah, sounds about right. All these numbers. Let me know down in the comment section below if you guys have found anything else within the public or developer beta that you may find useful, or things that you just, no one has spoken on yet. The comment section is open for discussion. But again, as always, if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so it's my videos. So always sit back, chillax, subscribe. It's your Micah signing out to the next video. Wait for